Okay, I'm going to do a tarot reading for myself. I haven't done this in a while. So I am, as you well know, I am putting, well, I don't know if you know this, but I'm putting together, is that the police over there? Anyways, are they coming to our house? No, I don't think so. Uh, I'm putting together, I have a lot of collages that I've been doing, and I'm putting them out there. And so I just want to see, I'll be putting them in my barn, probably taking them to the farmer's market. I also see how I can make this endeavor of mine a success. I'm trying to do everything right this time, but I don't know if I am. So I'm using the Japaridze. I don't know, people, a lot of your tarot people will know this deck. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Very artsy, beautiful deck. I haven't used it in so long, but I'm going to use it today for myself. And I picked the Eight of Gardens as the significator because this is, is a practical card. It's about fine-tuning what you've done. And so I figured that'd be a great card to use as the significator. So I just want to see what I can do, if any ideas that maybe I've forgotten to consider, or what is something that would come out as maybe the best thing to do. So my question is, what can I do to make this endeavor a success? So let's just see what it has to say. Yeah, the other thing that I'm doing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I am putting a book together of these as well. Did I mention that at any point in time? The book's not completed yet, but it should be completed pretty soon. So there's also, besides the original art, there's going to be a book of 50 collages with their stories. And I just got the cover from this person I use over on Fiverr. It's really nice. So I'm excited. I hope it's going to be out at the end of the month. I don't know for sure, but I'm still fine-tuning the interior. But Chris, my wonderful boyfriend, he's over there. Anyways, he has vellum. I don't know if any of you are writers or publishers, but he has the vellum program used with Apple, and it just does book blocks, the interior of books, and it does pictures or anything, and it formats the book for Kindle and for Amazon and for Apple and for Barnes and Noble, the Nook. It's just, and it's gorgeous. So this is going to be the prettiest book I've ever done. If it's, I have great hopes for this book. So I'm just kind of want to see how this is all going to work out for me, or what do I have, not how it's going to work out. What do I need to do to keep it on track and try to make it special and a success. Here we go. These are large cards. They're already cut down, but they're very large cards. That's one reason why I don't usually use this for this video thing. Let me just check and see how this looks. Oh, that's good. I should have been using this all along. It just shows up things so much better. Okay, so Eight of Gardens is my significator, and the recent past. The Magician. Isn't that interesting? Recent past, making magic, bringing things together, making something out of nothing, using all the tools at your disposal to come up with making something new. Yes, that is what I've been doing. I started doing the collages back in February, mid-February, and I finally finished them maybe 2 weeks ago, and so I'm still going forward with this. So recent past, the Magician, that is very telling, I think. So current situation, the Eight of Fire. The Eight of Fire. Now with this deck, which is so interesting, it is Rider-Waite-Smith to some extent, but there is great pictures, and you can also read them intuitively. This is a wonderful deck. So the Eight of Fire, the Eight of Wands, it's when a lot of things are happening in the Rider-Waite-Smith. There's all this energy being put out, and I am doing that for sure. And it shows this energy, this sort of building of something that's about to erupt, and is where I'm at right now. So this definitely seems to show where I'm at in this process of not only bringing together the collages, setting them up for sale at different venues here and online, but also the book. So I have a lot of things I'm working on at the same time. So that is definitely true. So hidden influences. Now I'm looking for how to, if I need to do anything more. The Ten of Tides. This is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, of course, it has the, the rainbow. Hidden influences, could be saying to me that, I've done a lot of work. This isn't, as I said on the book cover, this is not my first rodeo. I have published books and all kinds of books. I've done picture books and novels and nonfiction books. I've done Spanish books and, well, I've done so much. But anyways, hidden influences, I think, are perhaps maybe my past successes or things that I've done. I have that going for me for sure. I'm not starting this out. I've learned a lot over the years from publishing and writing books. And that is hidden influences that are, that's one thing that I have no fear of doing this. And if, it doesn't do well, it's just, I'm sort of used to it, so it's not a big deal. But my books have done fine, especially when I actively sell them, which is interesting. Now I'm thinking, what did I not do in the earlier books? And advertising is one of the things that I'm not really big on. I just fall off the cliff on that. I got a lot of interest trying to sell my stuff in the beginning, and then I lose interest. This is interesting. It's kind of like telling me, the Ten of Tides to me is what I've done in the past and how where I've been successful, how I've been successful, and maybe to continue that. And also do what you love, which of course, this is doing what I love. I really enjoyed these collages. I think more than anything, as far as an art series. I did over like 92 of them, so that was a lot. Now, the obstacles would be right here. Obstacles of making it a success. The Five of Gardens. Isn't that interesting? So this is the one, the card in the Rider-Waite-Smith where the two people are walking past the church. And this shows the same kind of feeling. It's two people, maybe it's Chris and myself out in the cold. This is not good. But it's an obstacle that we have to overcome. And for me, it's my own, my own headspace. This is not going to break me financially in any kind of way. This is not going to, the obstacles aren't going to be financial. The obstacles are going to be something, I think, in my head. So that is the obstacle, the Five of Gardens. Yeah, the Five of Gardens is a practical aspect, though, too. And I'll have to think about that. I'm not going to use qualifiers. The community. How will the community respond? The Seven of Fire. Well, it's interesting. Seven of Fire. It looks, so this guy's like on fire. That doesn't look too good. The Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands shows some fighting or some adverse. The Seven of Fire, right? Yeah, adverse activity going on. People fighting with each other, and that could be the community. And how would the community fight with me? I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. As you put something out, whenever you put out something, if it's art or a book or people are going, or a YouTube channel or anything that you're putting out there, Facebook, anything like that. There's always going to be people that are going to be, saying things, coming out of the blue with bizarre statements about whatever you've done or your attitude, or whatever you said. And so there's always that to deal with. And because of I have to keep an eye out for that, but hopefully it won't be a big obstacle for me. But to be aware of that, I think this is telling me, be aware of that. You may not get, this is not high art, what I have here. And the book is going to be more of it's an art writing book. It's kind of a mixture of both, of stories and art. And I don't think it's ever, I've never seen a book like that. But, and some people will say, well, what is this? And there is a problem, an issue when you write, like if you write a story, you need a niche. And if you can't find the niche, you're not going to find your audience. And that could be my problem. I'm thinking now. Maybe that's what this is saying to me. The writers are going to say, well, it's not really writing. You only wrote, like a couple of sentences per story, and so it's not really a stories book. It's not short stories or even poetry. It's nothing like that. And then the artist will say, you shouldn't have to explain your art. Your art is your art. It's out there. And they may think the art is, not enough of what art is today. Art today is very, you have this whole, this non-representational art is very popular, but collaging has always been around. It's definitely around in advertising. So artists may say, why do you feel you have to explain your art? And the writers would say, there's not really writing here. And so there could be some problems with, maybe this is the problem that I have to deal with, is people giving me reviews that say, well, this isn't a storybook or this is an art book. I can deal with that. Can I deal with that? Of course. So what am I going to do now that I know all this? The Hermit. You mentioned the Hermit. So the Hermit is to not do anything, just kind of be thoughtful. Go into, maybe it's telling me just do meditation and go into yourself, not think about anything else, just go into my own space and have that lead me, have my own spirit or my own meditation, and just wait for things to come up that will give me advice subconsciously or spiritually in some kind of way. So it is to just maybe stay the course, but not think too much about what's out there and more about what's inside me. And where will that lead? And this is where it will lead. To the Eight of Tides. The Eight of Cups, which is when he's going off. He's learned a lot. The Eight of Tides is where someone has experienced many things and is ready to move on to the next chapter. And that is interesting too, because I'm doing what I love. I've learned a lot from what I've done as far as the art and the writing, and it's almost indicating, there is more to learn and there's more to experience. I just have to step away and move forward. So again, I like that too. So what do I get from this? I asked it, what do I need to do to make this book a success? And it seems to me like I'm doing things. There's this self-doubt, which is clearly why I'm here. I'm trying to ask the cards for some help, and this questioning of myself, which of course we all know, we all do that, and maybe. But I have this hidden influence helping me. It's like my past successes, in which I have had plenty of success. So my worst enemy is probably my overthinking things. I mean, maybe my worst enemy is going to the tarot to ask for answers, because, well, of course I have answers, but at the same time, it's saying going within. All you have to do is go within and follow your heart or your spirit or your subconscious, whatever that is. And then there is some movement that will give me something to continue on a journey. So this isn't the end. This is just a new beginning in many ways. The only thing I have to think about is the Seven of Fire from the community, and I kind of see what that is. I mean, I think it's the artists complaining that there's a story, the story people complaining that there's art. I could deal with that. Anyways, but he doesn't look very comfortable with that Seven of Fire all over him. Anyways, but that's the community, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. So that's my reading using the Japaridze. The question was, what do I do to make my book a success, or this whole endeavor? It's not just books. It's the book. It's the art and the selling of it and all that sort of thing. And I think I'm doing good. I think I'm okay. Just keep doing and go inward and be intuitive and get ready for the next chapter. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.